So, thank you all for coming and staying until the end of the conference. I know you were expecting to see Andrew Konya up here this afternoon. Let me sit down. Yes. However, I am not him. My name is Sarah Davis, and I am a very proud team member of the Remesh company. I am not a computational physicist like he is, but I'll pretend to be one today, so prepare to be wild. Last night, I had the privilege of talking to some of the students here at UGA in the program, and I gave them the advice that, always throughout your career, put yourself in situations where you're a little bit uncomfortable and it's a little bit outside your comfort zone. So bear with me while I am extremely out of my comfort zone right now. All right. So our story began in 2012 with the origin use case being to help aid conflicts in the Middle East. Our mission then, and our mission still is now, to help us understand one another. To meet the needs, we created a platform using AI that allowed a one-to-many and a many-back-to-one dynamic of a conversation in real time. We're able to ask both open-ended and polling questions in real time to extract very deep insights from a group of people. Commercially, we found the market research space and consumer insights world to be a very valuable use case for Remesh. I'm sure you're all familiar with the polarizing choice of using qualitative research or quantitative research. And with Remesh, we're able to bridge that gap to get you that very deep understanding, which sounds very conceptual. So let's walk through an example of what that looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna have to step back here. So you can see that we're looking at a proposal that's about to be shared with a group of people. Upon entering the conversation, the moderator is going to ask the group to read over that proposal.
Can I use the hand?
Oh yeah. And then they're going to queue up a polling question wherein everyone is going to then answer whether or not, at the state of that proposal as it stands, whether they vote on it or not. We're going to dive a little bit deeper then to understand why. And so once each participant enters in their verbatim, they're then asked to go through a voting exercise. So that voting exercise is where our AI comes into play. And as you can see, as they're voting on other verbatims from other participants, the most valuable, the most agreed upon verbatims are rising to the top of the list. You can even take a deeper insight and look at different segmentations of the population and how specific groups answered. So the real value, though, comes into play. I'll see here in just a second, when we go back, because they really want to understand how that group is thinking. So we're actually, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we have that pre-uploaded discussion guide, but now you can see that we have the ability to on the fly, enter in another question so that we can understand how they're thinking. So once you're getting those insights in, if something seems a little interesting, you'd like to dive deeper, you're able to do that. All right, so what you didn't see from that, so what you didn't see in that bill proposal was that in 15 minutes, we were able to ask 7 questions. At the beginning, when we showed that proposal, 38% of people voted that they, as it stood, would say yes to that bill. During those 15 minutes, and in gathering the insights they did using Remesh, the team was able to go back, create another version using the data that they collected to update that proposal, then resubmit it to the audience. They then re-polled them and asked whether or not they would vote on it with those updates. It went from a 38% to a 70% voting yes of people that would answer, that would vote on that proposal. So we typically see our clients using Remesh in one of the following ways that you see on this innovation cycle. Typically, when I'm on a call with potential clients, I pause here and really want to understand more deeply, where their goals fit into each one of these. Since I don't have the opportunity to do that with you guys today, I have bullet pointed, if you will, some of the ways that we have really helped researchers to gain deep insight at unprecedented speed. So our goal is to bridge that gap, like I said, between quant and qual, using our artificial intelligence platform and cutting research time by up to 60%. Thank you. Thank you.